Yeah, again, if you look at the whole segment of this WTC page, I'll just put this window in the chat if I've got them. I haven't accidentally closed it again like I did before. And reconnect to that.
Can't find it. Oh, that's a page. That's a picture. Some of these pictures are too big. They're not put into the chat window. They're too huge.
Right. Yeah, well, I've just been pasting the links so people can click on the links, hopefully.
Okay, yeah.
But again, the top right of that is building number 6. And you can see for the amount of building that's gone, there's very little debris in the bottom. This is actually clearer from ground level because there's another building, another picture of that building. I think, I'll try and paste the link so that people can look at it. So you can see from ground level, what that actually looks like. And there's really not a lot left. So we've got building number 6. I'm not sure if we've got pictures of building number 4 on this page. I think there are some somewhere on the site. But I know Dr. Wood's got those in her presentation. So, you can look at those there. I'm trying to find that other one. Gone too far down, I think.
So it was every single, any building with a WTC prefix got damaged or destroyed or evaporated.
Correct. Yes, so let me just get that one up there. Yeah, that's image 301. So you can see again, we've got 6 or 7 stories down to sort of less than 1 story. I'll just paste that link there. So how are you pasting them into the window then, Matthew? Do you just kind of like?
I'm a member, so I've joined this place. So when I click it, it just posts the thumbnail, and because I think you're. Yeah,
I've just put as a guest, right? Fair enough. Yeah, well, at least people can see it. So anyway, So building number 6, you can look at that as well. Again, the other groups don't really talk about that very much. They mainly talk about 1, 2, and 7. And of course, they've just had that huge billboard in Times Square that they paid £600,000 for. $600,000. Where did they get that money from? It's a lot of money. We don't have that sort of money.
No. You don't have dodgy looking logos neither.
No, not ones with planes in them,
No.
So, but that's a whole other story. Yeah. So building number 4 cut in half, building 6 scooped out of it, building 1, 2 and 7 completely destroyed, turned to dust, and building 5 is the one with the 24-foot circular holes. It's just below building 6 with the big holes in the middle. Again, that building number 5 is below there, and you'll see the circular holes there, which are one of them is I think 24 feet in diameter. So what's going on there, everybody? And then there is also one of the other buildings which was damaged slightly, was Bankers Trust. Who's heard of that building? Who's heard of the Bankers Trust building? Nobody talks about that. But that building is very strange because if you go down on this WTC page again, if anybody's got that open, and let's see where it is. Yeah, figure 71 onwards, you've got some pictures of the Bankers Trust building. And you can see, if you look at figure 73, I'll just, again, paste
it in.
Yeah, let's just get that image up. You can paste the link for that in.
Yeah, I've done it.
Excellent. Yeah, that's the link for the page, yeah. And then, yeah, great.
That's the image.
That's the image you just posted there. If you look carefully at that image, you'll think there's a lump of, Dr. Judy Wood calls these wheat checks, the thing that's dangling down off the bottom. And you kind of think, when you first look at that picture, that somehow this wheat checks has flown across from the World Trade Center, smashed into the Bankers Trust building, then fallen down and created that huge gash. But think about that for a moment. Think about that. How would such a thing have the energy to do all of that damage? And not only that, but look carefully at that damage. That is not damage of an impact. You can actually see that some of those beams are bent outwards. Some of those beams are bent outwards.
Yeah, you can zoom right in on that image if you click on it.
Yeah, you can.
Wow.
And we've got, I don't know if it's on that half page, we've actually got a picture I don't think it's on this page, it's elsewhere. We've got a picture taken inside the building, looking out where that gash was. And that is also a very interesting picture because you can see these steel girders. I mean, you can see it pretty much on that picture if you zoom in. It looks like those steel girders have melted. Huh? How is that possible? Because if you go and read the FEMA report for that building, they reported no fire in that building. No fire in the Bankers Trust building. So how is that possible? Look at the damage to the windows and stuff like that. This is all very, very strange. And then you can go and research, if you wish, separately, up to you how much you want to research this, but you can research the story of the Bankers Trust building. Because later on, after 9/11, I think by about July 2006, it's not on this page, but I think it's elsewhere on Dr. Wood's site, the Bankers Trust building was repaired. And, they fixed up all that damage that you see there in that image we just looked at, replaced all the windows and everything. And then in 2006, they declared the Bankers Trust building had got a mould infection. And they decided that the building needed to be taken down piece by piece, which they did. And it took, I think, about 5 years. And it's now, I think, when I went to New York in 2008, when I was able to verify, by the way, that the towers are no longer there, because some people seem to have difficulties with that one, the Bankers Trust was about halfway down, I think, when we were there. They got down to about 20 stories. But it's now been taken down piece by piece. And there were some unusual fires in that building as well, whilst it was being... There was one incident where three people were killed in the dismantling exercise. It wasn't really a demolition as such. The building was dismantled piece by piece. So why do you repair a building and then take it down piece by piece? Why would you want to do that?
Dr. Judy Wood's got an image of the beam that's rusting, and I'm trying to look for it. I can't find it anywhere. So I'll just have to accept I can't find that.
Yeah, I mean the website drjudywood.com. It's that rusting beam is actually figure 104 on the WTC page. Actually, now I've just scrolled down.
104.
Yeah, I'll paste you the link, and then people can look at that if you want. Because this rust issue we've already touched on briefly. We can talk about that a little bit more.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this is Bankers Trust after the repairing it. This is
correct. This is why
they fixed it.
Yeah.
And then they took it back down.
So this, I believe, I don't know whether this is. I can't remember whether this is in the. I think this is when they were taking it down. I think, judging by the state of it, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think it must be when they were taking it down. But anyway, you can see there that this beam is rusting very heavily in the middle, the central one right in the middle. And we found a number of images from things around the World Trade Center where we've got quite a high level of rust. I think there may be more on this page. Things seem to have rusted very rapidly just after the destruction of the World Trade Center. More than you would expect. I don't know if it's on this page, but there's a picture of a truck, a Coca-Cola truck, and the front of it is all rusted, but the rest of the truck looks in fairly good shape. And this was taken on the 13th of September or something, or maybe the 18th. I'm not sure, but Dr. Judy Wood knows about these sorts of materials, and we know ourselves, for example, how quickly certain things rust. Stainless steel doesn't rust that quickly. It does rust, but it doesn't rust that quickly. So we're starting to build up.
It's an isolated beam, though, so it's unique. Yeah. That beam is just like the only one that's rusting.
It's the only one that's rusting to that amount. You can see there's a bit of rust on the other ones, but this is much more heavily rusted, like it's been, in the bottom of the oceans, I think, as Dr. Wood has said on other blogs. In fact, no, I've got the picture of the truck. It is here. It's figure number 100. This is the one that I was thinking of. I'll just paste that in the chat window as well. Figure number 100 on the WTC.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one there, so it's that one. And you can see there's these two squaddies standing in front of it. And you can see, if you look right at the back of the truck, looks to be in relatively good shape. But the actual front of the truck, it's all kind of looks sort of half melted, and it's really not in such good condition. And the actual cab is in fairly poor condition. But the actual behind it, where they've got all the storage space, the trailer, whatever you want to call it, that's in pretty good shape. So this itself is a bit of a problem. The glass has gone from the front, you know, and I encourage people.
That leads us on to cars, really. There's 1,400 of these damaged cars. This isn't just one isolated incident. The cars are like as far away as a quarter of a mile away. We're getting damaged.
That's right. And you can go a little way down on the WTC page to find some more images. In fact, the one that's there is a fairly good one. There are others, but you know, I encourage people to look at these people. I encourage people to look at these pictures in detail. Study the windows, study the door handles. You know.
There we go. So here's an example of a dodgy car. Right, we've got a car here that's half damaged and half pristine. If you like, put your hand over one half of it, it looks like a new car. And the unmelted roof, the unmelted plastic lights on the roof. Yep.
That's a pretty good picture. And we've got several pictures of that, different angles. And this, I'm pretty sure this is on FDR Drive. This car, which is about half a mile away now. Sorry.
This is an image that's been used to debunk Dr. Judy Wood, because this car, I think, has been found elsewhere, and it's been moved from somewhere to here, and people say, well, look, you're saying it's been found there, and look like that. Irrelevant. Look at the car. Whatever happened to that car, it shouldn't have happened like that. So if it happened here, or it happened underneath the World Trade Center, it wouldn't matter. It's
You make a very good point, and you know, just to clarify that a little bit, that people will claim that the toasted cars on FDR Drive were towed there after the events. You know, first question is, why would you tow a car onto FDR Drive? Why would you do that? And we can't prove that they weren't towed, or we can't prove that all of them weren't towed, but we know that some of them weren't towed, because we have images of not of FDR Drive, but there's a parking lot image. This is in Dr. Judy Wood's book. I don't think it's on the website. The website, by the way, is kind of like a filing cabinet. The website was developed over a number of years before the book was written, because Dr. Judy Wood, she realised she had a lot of important information and she wanted to make it public. So the website is fairly kind of it's like a filing cabinet. You know, it's sort of sorted a little bit, but it's not sorted in the optimum manner. There's not a lot of explanation there. There's only a few captions and stuff. There are a few articles that you can read and stuff like that. So if you want to criticise Dr. Judy Wood's website, fine, you know, criticise it. If you think it's a bit hard to follow, then you're probably right. That's probably fair criticism. But it was designed as a filing cabinet and designed for things like coming on podcasts, you know, so that we've got an easy storage space to access some of these pictures and so on for discussion. So that's just to get that point out of the way. So we do know that
if you've got information, get the information out. Don't say, I'm going to come out and say, because I can whack you, and then you're not coming out and saying nothing. You know, dead men don't talk. So get your information out, and then if you get whacked after that, it's validation that your information's correct, if you know what I mean. And then they've got
this is it. It's
go on the Moody campaign.
Kind of, right. I mean, it's macabre to think about it, but of course we do know that it happened to certain people. There's actually, in fact, what I'll try and do is, because I know the way that I know, where I know that image is available is we were gonna have a break at some point, weren't we, and play this track.
Oh, we went straight through it. We went straight through the break.
That's all right. No, I don't mind. But what I wanted to just do is, because going back to this toasting car image, there's a video that was created by Charlie Pound and his friend and his friend, and I'll get the video URL so that people can look at it. It's only 3 minutes long. This is a song we were going to play, and if you watch, Charlie Pound has done an absolutely excellent job on this video, and again I'll paste the link. And in that, if you watch that video, you will see in it an image of the parking lot with the cars in a normal state, and then the next frame of the video you will see that the cars are still in the parking lot and they've been completely toasted. All right, so they haven't moved. And
there's a black car that turns white, isn't there?
I can't remember the exact colours, but you'll see it in this video. If you can pause it and look at the two images. These images are in Dr. Wood's book. I haven't got the references to hand. Again, if people want to get the exact images, I'll try and find them. You just need to email me through the website, checktheevidence.com, and I will try and find those images if you want to, find them for yourself.